Would you look at how much juice is still in this chicken? It's not magic. It's a simple Texas trick that I use to keep moisture in my chickens all the time. Stick around, find out what this tip is, and it will help you make the best barbecued chicken on the block. Today, I've got a couple of nice chicken halves we're cooking up for the 4th of July, so happy Independence Day to y'all. But I want y'all to come in here close, see what I do to this chicken, see the grill I put it on. Today, I picked the Weber kettle to show y'all how a Weber kettle can make great chicken. So come in here, let's see how I season it and what I do on that grill so that we get perfectly moist chicken every single time. There you have it, 2 very nice chicken halves we're going to cook up today. The first part, not a whole lot different of what we do any other time, but I'm going to put a little mustard on my chickens, and then I'm going to rub it in. Always my binder of choice whenever I'm cooking chickens is mustard. What I recommend is just using your favorite barbecue seasoning. Today, I'm going to use mine. This is my all-purpose rub, but you know I love Cosmos. If you watch me much, Dirty Bird, Honey Chipotle, Killer Bee are always great combinations. Uncle Steve's Shake, its Rib Magic is actually very, very good on chicken. Grill Sergeant, I like his MRE, and I also like his Squill Team 6. Rick Galindo, Rick's Barbecue and Specialties. Rick's got some great ones. So they all work fine. Pick your favorite one or try one of the ones I mentioned. Just get a nice coating. If you want to make a rub at home and you're not sure kind of what to put in it or what to use, you can always send me an email. I'll send you some recipes that you might want to try that I think work out good on chicken. One of them is, I use it all the time, it's rather simple, is 4-2-1. 4 seasoning salts, 2 table grind black pepper, and 1 garlic. So use that ratio, you'll find out works really good for you. We're gonna let these sweat out and go to the Weber kettle, let you see how I have it set up and what I've done to cook these chickens properly. Here we go, you can see the kettle sitting at 347, 300, 350, great temperature to cook chickens at, set for an offset cook. Foil on this side to detour all the air up through our coals in our basket. It'll flow back across and out. That's the way it's set up. You can see I do have my chef's tent mounted on here today. Not using the Brizo fan. I don't have the mountings for that. I'm sure it'd work great. I never have. I mainly got it on here today for accurate temperatures and to use those very small probes that they have. So you'll be seeing the probes go in the chicken and me monitoring everything with my chef's tent. But we're gonna get those chickens on there as soon as they're sweated out. I'm gonna put my birds on here. We're putting the dark meat toward the fire, guys. That dark meat will take much more heat. We are going to let it protect the breast. So, there we go. I'm not gonna put my chef's temp in just yet. I'm gonna let them cook for a little bit and we'll put in the chef's temp in a little while. But that's it, covered back up. We're gonna keep it right there around that 350. Really don't want any more than that, but no lower than 300. So let's get the cooking covered back up. See y'all in a little bit. One of our halves is ready to come off, and it is this one right here. The first one we put a probe in. And guys, this is the first step. Look at that juice in there. That is the first step to having a moist chicken, the temperature you pull it. Let me check and see what it's telling me here. And actually my second one is ready too. So we're gonna get them both off. We're going to shut down our Weber. And let me show you the next step. I'm going to show you the temperature I pulled these at. Let's see it. That was 158. This one's 155. Guys, that's the temperature you pull at when you want to keep them moist. If you wanted to monitor your temperatures to make sure they were correct, leave your probes in. You could track it the whole time. What I'm fixing to do is take this chicken out of here. Right there. Right here is the next step, moist chicken. I have melted beef tallow and butter, about 2/3 tallow, 1/3 butter. And I'm gonna put about half of it on this bird. So we're gonna wrap this chicken with beef tallow. Let's see if it'll fit that way. It won't quite fit that way. So I have to go this way. I want to wrap it tight in my foil. And this way. Because what we want to do is carry over cook. Carry over cooking is your friend right now. I have a friend, been cooking barbecue, has a barbecue place for almost 50 years. When he told me he was pulling his chickens at 155, about had a heart attack. And I never would do it, and I never would do it, and I never would do it. Just because I've had it drilled into me, you cook chickens at 165. I said, have you ever had a problem with your chickens at that temperature? Nope, never have. Pull them at 155 and put them in a warming cabinet at 150. So he takes them out of his pit, right? And he puts them in at 155. Yes, put the rest of that in there. And then they sit in the warming cabinet till service. Guys, unheard of, right? And I wouldn't do it, but I would always go to his barbecue place and go, gosh, his chicken is so much better than my chicken. Why is his chicken so much better than my chicken? Guys, 155-degree pull. So now, if you don't have a warming cabinet, if I had my smoking techs heated up, I'd set it at 150 and put them in there. I don't. If you have got, you know what? I poked a hole in there. So let me get a second foil, pick this bird up, set it down. And all this is going to do is protect my bag, guys. But I'm going to put this in my barbecue bag. Like I said, put it in your smoking techs. Lower your pellet grill down to 150 if you have that capability. But we're going to put these in here and they are going to finish cooking. I've got my bag, just like I would pack a brisket in. You could use this in an ice chest. If you use an ice chest, what I recommend doing is heat it up first. Pour hot water in it, get it hot, then put them in foil, wrap them in a towel, and put them in the ice chest. Right there. It's sealed up. I'm going to squeeze out all the air I can. Right? Sit this inside of an ice chest. We're going to see y'all in about 30, 45 minutes. We're going to see if this chicken is moist. These chickens have been resting for half an hour. And honestly, folks, they're really not resting. They're still cooking. We took them off the kettle, but we honestly did not stop cooking them because foil, bag, they're still cooking. I'm going to open up both of these. Kind of burp them. Yeah, and we're going to do like we always do. We're going to let them rest. And we're going to see if this method of cooking a chicken to that 155 below 160, wrapping it in some beef tallow and butter, we're going to find out if it works or not. We are going to see how these turned out. Well, I'll tell you what, that wing came off. Let's open it up right here. And look there. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Moisture, all running clear. That bird is cooked all the way through. We want to see the other chicken. Let's look at this breast and find, look at that. When I'm cutting there, we're getting water bubbling up the side, but Let's open it up here. But guys, there is moisture in that breast. Slice on down into it. Look at there. There is nothing wrong with this chicken. Look here. That is a well-cooked chicken. And it's a chicken that is moist. And I promise you, it went to the 165 degrees that you want chicken breast to be at. So maybe not a way you've seen chicken done before. Pulling it prior to 160, 155 to 160, and letting it rest with beef tallow and butter. Definitely a different way to do it. You do have a great dipping sauce over here. Guys, if you think this was a great way to do it, if you think this is a good chicken that's moist, fix to find out if it's tasty, you might want to subscribe to this channel. And I've got over 400 videos on here. I've got over 1,000 short videos on here. So got a lot on YouTube. My Facebook group also is Chef Johnny's Texas Barbecue, and we're putting out videos every day on Facebook. So come around, watch my shorts here every day, my long video once a week. And then, of course, Facebook, every single day I'm putting up multiple videos on it. But let's see if we can give this chicken a try. Oh, yeah. Guys, this chicken, man. Of course, you know I'm going to love my rub. Been eating it for years, right? But look at that. Did you see that moisture just come out of that chicken breast? How often do you really see that happen? That is a great, let's put it up here. Can y'all see that? That is a pretty chicken breast. I'm going to try the dark meat here in a minute, but it's cooked well. Nothing wrong with it at all. Different way to cook chicken. You may think I'm nuts and go, there ain't no way to do it. I put it off for years, but I'm telling you, pull it 155, below 160 definitely. Put it someplace warm. That is awesome. That is awesome chicken.